Well, welcome to Brad on Drums. Today we're going to talk about 6 effective ways to create funk beats for the drum set. For those of you who are new, my name is Brad Allen and I'm a professional drummer based out of Kansas City who's also been teaching private drum lessons for over 20 years. And now I'm doing my best to pass along all that knowledge to you. All right, to learn how to create funk beats, we're going to start by listening to an electric bass groove. And most funk drumming beats are built around bass grooves. There are songs built around the rhythm guitar or the keyboard as well. The same principles as I'm using here apply to those as well. Playing off the bass part is a good place to start. By the way, I have all the grooves and beats for this lesson written out for your convenience on my drum site at bradallendrums.com. Just follow the link in the video or in the notes below. Number 1, the first and simplest way to create a funk beat that works with this bass groove is to play a rock beat that incorporates the electric bass rhythm. Our bass drum will just duplicate what the bass player is playing, and this is very effective and simple. It doesn't require amazing chops. Note that I did add one extra note on the bass drum on the and of 3 just to fill it up a bit. If I just played the bass line on the bass drum, it would sound a bit empty to me. Number 2, add a few ghosted notes on the snare drum. This works better sometimes at slower tempos. As the tempo gets faster, adding the ghosted notes sometimes can make it sound too busy. Now I realize when you're learning, that was probably pretty fast. In case you didn't know, in settings on each YouTube video, you can adjust the playback speed of the video. So to learn this beat, feel free to rewind the video a little bit and slow it down. I also want to point out that for these demonstrations, I'm using a click track. At the end of this video, I'll post links to these bass tracks on YouTube so you can practice along with them. And there are 2 versions, one with a click track and one without. I recommend you practice first with the click track, and then when you're comfortable, try it without the click track. Number 3, play 16th note beats instead of 8th note rock beats. First of all, for slow tempos, play the 16th notes with the right hand only. For faster tempos, use an alternating right-left, right-left 16th pattern, like this. Number 4, move the snare or bass to an unexpected place. In rock, it's common to hear the bass drum on 1 and 3 and the snare drum on 2 and 4. If you want your beat to sound a little more funky or offbeat, do something a little different. In the following example, I've moved the backbeat on the snare drum from 2 to the last 16th note of beat 1 and removed the bass drum from that note. Moving that snare back 1/16th note like that creates an anticipation and makes the beat a little bit funkier. Oh, and I also turned the previous 1-measure beat into a 2-measure beat. I substituted a floor tom for the snare drum on the 2nd measure on beat 4 for a little bit of variation. 5, add some double strokes on the hi-hat. This makes it a little more interesting. Number 7, move your left hand off the hi-hat and onto the snare. Again, we're playing still a right-left 16th pattern. Leave out the double strokes we used on the last beat. We're then going to move our right hand to the small tom on the and of each measure a little bit to create a fill that fits in with the beat. I'm going to modify the right-left alternating sticking a little bit for the fill on the first measure. All right, this video was created to show you some different options for creating funk grooves on the drum set. As you can see by the examples, these options can be very simple or very complicated. When it comes to choosing the best option, it's a matter of personal taste. It's also determined by the song and the type of group you're playing with. For further study, the first thing I recommend is listening to various examples of funk drumming. The internet has made this task amazingly easy. It's like having the world's largest music library right in your own home. Start with James Brown's music. He's kind of the founding father of funk. Compare that simple funk drumming to David Garibaldi's very complex and creative drumming with Tower of Power. Both are very effective, but very different. They each worked very well with the musical situation that was at hand. Some of the other things I'd recommend listening to would include Headhunters by Herbie Hancock and anything by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. In addition, I'll include a link in the note to a list of some of the best funk albums of all time. Now, as a thank you for watching today, I have a free gift I'd like to send you. I'd like to send you 10 of my best exercises for speed that I've created. And these are the same type of exercises that helped my student Matthew Lam win a fastest hands drumming competition 2 years in a row. Just follow the link in the video or in the comments below. And again, it's completely free, and I'll see you for my next video.